Hey guys, today we're going to be covering volume of cylinders. Last week we covered surface area of cylinders, so please don't confuse last week's formula with today's formula because it will be different. So the vocabulary that we need to know, here we have a circle with a line that goes all the way across. We call this the diameter. Then we have another circle with a line that goes from the edge of the circle to the center. This line is called the radius. The radius is half the size of the diameter. So if you are given the diameter of 4 centimeters, the radius is going to be 2 centimeters. Also, here we have a circle that is shaded yellow or highlighted yellow. Now, if you want to find out how much area this circle is taking up, then the formula that we will use is pi times the radius squared. So how is volume measured? Well, imagine that you have a cup, and the way that we measure volume on the inside, or how much space is being taken up the inside of a cylinder, is we drop a cube. This is called a unit cube. So we start to fill this up on the inside until it's all filled up on the first level. So once we have filled up everything on the first level, then we move on to the next level. We add a cube, a unit cube, and we keep adding unit cubes until that level has been filled up, and then we move on to the next level. We keep doing this until we reach the top. So when you're done, you should have a cylinder full of unit cubes. And if you want to know what the volume is, you just simply take out a cube, take out the next cube, you take out all of the cubes, count the number of cubic units, and that is going to give you the volume. Okay, so volume is the amount of cubic units that fit in a container. Now, when we're talking about units of measure, once we have calculated volume, this is how it's going to look. It could be units, cube, centimeters, cube, or inches, cube. Instead of saying to the third power, we say the word cube. You can also say cubic units, cubic centimeters, or cubic inches. So why do we use this formula for volume? Area of the base times the height. Well, if we're given this 3D figure or this cylinder with two bases, this right here represents the height or the levels that we were seeing when we were dropping the unit cubes into the cylinder. Now, the bottom is a circle, and the base, is, like I said, is a circle. So if you want to find the volume, we need to find the area of this base and then multiply it by the height. Well, how do we find the area of the base? It's a circle. And the formula for area of a circle is pi r squared. So once we find the area of the base using pi r squared, then we can multiply it by the height and we can find volume. So if you notice, we're actually multiplying three things here: pi, radius squared, and the height, where the formula is only two variables, capital B and H. But again, the area of the base, we need to use this formula. So it kind of breaks up into two parts. So here we have an example. Volume of a cylinder, capital B times H equals volume. Capital B is the area of the base, which is a circle for a cylinder. And to find the area of the base, we're going to use pi times radius squared. Pi is going to be your 3.14, and H is going to be the height. So here we have a cylinder with the radius of 4 centimeters. There it is. R equals 4 centimeters, radius. The height is 8 centimeters. The formula we're going to use is capital B times H. However, capital B is the area of the base, is a circle, so we need to use this formula. So the reason we put two arrows is because one of the arrows is for pi, the other arrow is when you multiply by the radius squared. Multiplying these two is going to give us the area of the base, or this blue circle right here at the bottom. Then we're going to multiply by the height. And that is going to give us volume. So we're going to go ahead and substitute what we know. Pi is 3.14. Radius squared. Our radius is 4. Don't forget to square it. And our height is going to be 8 centimeters. So now we're just going to go ahead and calculate these values. And we have 3.14 times the radius squared. Don't forget to square it. There has to be a little 2 there. Times the height. So my answer is 401 and 92 hundredths. 401 and 92 hundredths cubic centimeters is the answer for this problem. Now, what if we were asked to round to the 10th place? Well, here we have 0.92. This is 92 hundredths. It's in the hundredths place. If we wanted to round it to the 10th place, we need to get rid of one of these numbers. So the answer would come out to 401.9 cubic centimeters, or 401 and 9/10. So what happened here? Well, the 9 is the 10th place. The number after the 9 is a 2. Because the 2 is less than a 5, then this is going to round down to 0.9. And we get rid of that 2. Okay, so this is 401 and 9/10 cubic centimeters. All right, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and pause it right here. And then I'll go ahead and put another video where we do more examples.